Welcome to everybody. Welcome. Welcome to everybody who is joining this live. Today we are going to be talking about how to make your house look very beautiful. So if this is your first time here, say hi. So we'll be talking about how to make your house look very beautiful. Let me see if we can just connect this to the Bluetooth. Okay, Osama, welcome. Welcome to Osama. Yeah. Hope you guys can hear me and see me clearly. Okay, if you are new here, make sure you are double tapping on the screen. So we are talking about how to make your house look very, very beautiful and how to solve water issue, that is dampness on your wall. Why is this thing showing this? Okay, let's see, community. I hope my sound is not echoing. Please, if my sound is echoing, let me know in the chat, because I'm trying to try different settings right here. So if my voice is echoing, let me know. So because I'm using multiple cameras, so in case they are interfering with each other, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Welcome to JD. Thank you very much for joining. Tope Alao is live. Let's see. How that. Okay. Thank you very much for joining. Okay. Let's see. Covering this Satin too much. Okay. I think this is better. This is better. I think you guys can see the satin. You can see. can see all the products here. So, and I'm not out of the frame as well. So thank you to everybody who is joining. I really appreciate you. I need a quote, a building in Otta. Yes, please send us a DM via WhatsApp 0904-357-5896. That's the number to reach out to us on WhatsApp only, please. WhatsApp only. So we've had a lot of people calling. We currently we don't have the necessary facility for calls right now. But if you send us a DM on WhatsApp, I'll be the one to personally respond to you. So, yes, Mr. Wale Niron, yes, send me a DM on WhatsApp. I will be there to respond to you to give the proper, to show you how to go about it, about the quotation for the building you have in Songo. I think it's Otta. So Otta has, there's Songo Otta, there are different Otta, I think. Um, Guys, let's double tap on the screen. Let's double tap on the screen. Let me switch off this volume. Okay. So if you're on YouTube, say I in the chat. If you're on YouTube, say I in the chat. Okay. Let me see. This description is not too good for YouTube. Is there a way we can edit this description? Let's do this later, please. Let's do this later. So guys, let's double tap on the screen. Let's double tap on the screen so that people who want to solve dampness in their house, if your paint is peeling on your wall, so that people who have this issue, you might have a friend that has the issue, just make sure you share this live to them. Share this live so that more people can join us, more people can learn how to solve the issue of dampness on their wall and also make their house look beautiful. This should be out of frame. I was trying to access this chat also. Okay. I was trying to access WhatsApp messages. Ota around Obasanjo, yes, we like today now. Is it today or yesterday? We did some delivery to that site, but the owner, because we want to save money for the owner, so the bucket was best color to paint your wall, and that is why some of you are here. So let's talk about some of our products. Let's start with gloss. So gloss paint is that paint you use to paint your house. If you like, if, on iron surfaces, your iron rail, your gates, your iron gates. And somebody was asking me yesterday that will one of these gloss paints be enough to paint a old gate? Yes, it will be enough. I don't care how big the gate is. Most cases, this particular one can paint your gates, and in some cases you have leftover left. So for iron railings, your iron doors, but it's not all doors that you paint with gloss paints. There are some doors that, yes, you paint them with gloss paint, but you don't use roller, like you use the spraying machine. So like all these ones that weather, all this weather use, and there is not even all doors that you paint with gloss paint, because there are some doors that are imported doors, so those ones don't need to be painted. If those ones are, or the kind of paint you use will be different. So if those ones are maybe they are looking somehow not too shiny, what you need to do is to just clean them very well. They will come back alive. But for all this iron door, you can use gloss paint. Gloss paint comes in different color, whatever color you need: white, brown, black, yellow, orange. So gloss paint comes in any of this color. So it comes in any of this color. So these are the colors you can get for gloss paint. So greetings, sir. Somebody is saying greetings, sir. Good morning, Jamzi. Jamzi. Thank you very much for joining this live. So yes, we are talking about gloss paints. I said gloss paints comes in different color, whatever color you need. Thank you to those who are watching on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys. So if you have any comments, if you have any question, leave it in the chat on YouTube. If you have any question on TikTok, leave it in the chat. So this is gloss paint, very very good, and it's very durable. It's one of the best paints you can use to paint your to paint. Some people even use it on walls. Is one of the best paints you can use to paint. So it lasts longer than most paints in most cases, and it's shining and it's easily cleanable as well. So this one is 19,000. It only comes in 4 liters. 4 liters. This is 19,000. The other product we'll be talking about is Satin paint. Satin paint is that paint that if you want to paint your house, you want something that is shining, you want something that you can easily clean anytime it's dirty, especially on the inside part of your house. Satin paint is what you use to paint those parts of the house. So satin paint is what you use. It never disappoints. I've seen somebody that says satin paint use up to 10 years on the interior part of his house, and this is not somebody that lie. This is CEO of a big company. So satin paints, this one, it also comes in different colors. Somebody was asking that satin paint, is it only in white? No, satin paint comes in different color. Whatever color you need, satin paints, you can get your satin paints there. White, black, brown, yellow, all these colors that I'm showing you, and even more. There's a color chart that's as big as this. So any color you need, we can get satin paint for you there. So thank you to everybody who is watching on YouTube. Thank you to everybody who is watching on TikTok. Greetings, Mr. James Z. Okay, so we talk about satin paint. Satin paint, this is the 20 liters, and the 20 liters go for 72,000 naira. 72,000 naira. That's satin paint for you. So guys, let's double tap on the screen so that more people can join this live. Let's double tap on the screen. Let's double tap on the screen so that more people can join. Thank you to I can't say the name for the follow. I really appreciate you. Guys, let's double tap on the screen. Let's get more people to join this live. Let's get more people to join this live. Thank you to everybody who is watching on YouTube. So let's talk now. This is satin paint. This bucket is 72,000 naira. 7 and 2, 72,000 naira. Like I said, it comes in different color, different color. So if you want to paint your 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, duplex, bungalow, you use satin paint for the inside. It's one of the best paints that's easy to maintain. So the other product I'll be talking about is matte. Matte paint is that paint that has that ruggedity. So if you're somebody that needs a paint that will last long, that is very very rugged, go for matte paint. So matte paint is that paint that has that ruggedity, come sun, come rain, it doesn't wash. One problem about most emulsion paints is that they easily wash away. So but with matte does not easily wash. Matte paint can use up to 5 years, even 7-10 years, depending on the weather condition of where you paint it. It lasts very very long on, especially on the outside part of your house, whether you stay in the northern part of Nigeria or southern part or eastern part or western part of Nigeria. Matte paint is a paint that you can use to paint your house in any weather condition, that can stay long, last long, and be very very durable. It also comes in different color, any color you need for matte. So matte paint comes in different color, so any color you need for matte. So we have different color for matte, any color you see here. So white, brown, dove gray, dark gray, neutral, all these colors. So you can get them in matte. So these are the guys. Okay, Beatrice, thank you very much. Guys, let's double tap on the screen. Trophy, thank you very much for joining this live. Let's double tap on the screen. Let's double tap on the screen. Let's double tap on the screen so that more people can join us. So that is matte paint. Thank you very much to Beatrice for that gift. So this is matte paint. Matte paint is 68,000 naira. This satin is 72,000 naira. Matte paint is 68,000 naira. And I told you that matte paint is very rugged for outside. So if you are somebody that has a 3-bedroom, you want to paint the inside and outside, use satin paint for the inside and matte paint for the outside. It's you get the best of both worlds. So that means on the inside, anytime it's dirty, you can clean it and it lasts for 5 to 7 years. And on the outside too, anytime there's rain, there's sun, there's anything, this one is like your defender. It will defend your house. It will not wash away very fast. So I have bought from your branch from Ibadan. Wow, thank you very much to Beatrice. And how was the paint? Hope it came out very, very well. So because I love good review. I love good reviews from customers. Most customers we be like, I use, even my painter said, where did I get this paint? When you buy a paint and the paint is making you, like, making your painter think you know much about paint. When in actual fact, say is Armstrong Paints that you bought. So, but it's actually good. That's the feeling we want to give our customers. Yes, the feeling we want to give our customers. Like when you buy the paint and people see that you use it, whether it's your painter that's even immediately your painter open that paint, he knows the quality, he know that this is not an ordinary paint. But some painters will still try to say, it's not good because they want you to buy other products, but don't mind them. But once a good painter that is honest and sincere see Armstrong Paint, immediately he opens the bucket like this. Most painters, their comment is, where did you get this paint? This paint is very good. And that's not even all. Immediately you use the paint to paint your house, people will start asking, where did you get this paint? Please show me. I've had people who bought paint from me and then they refer others to me to buy. So which is the best business to do, because you are not spending any money on advert to get those new people. So that's good. Wow, Beatrice says, very, very good. She says, very good. Thank you very much for that. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you very, very much. And you still come here to give me gifts. You've helped my business a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate you. 6 million naira. Okay, let me just say it. I don't want to say it before, but let me say it. Beatrice, Mrs. Beatrice says, very good. So let me start from the beginning so that for people who will be watching this video later, they say, Mrs. Beatrice says, this is a customer review now. Mrs. Beatrice says, I have bought lots from your branch from Ibadan. So then I asked, is the paint good? She said, yes, it's good. Very good. So bought up to 6 million naira worth of products. So if you before somebody can buy up to 6 million naira worth of products, it means the product is performing. The product is very good. It performs more than expectation. Because if you buy a bad product, immediately you buy up to like 100,000. Most people will be like, I want to test it. Once they buy 100,000, you never see them come back. But when you buy Armstrong Paints, you are coming back. Trust me, you are always coming back to buy more of it. So thank you very much to Mrs. Beatrice. I think she's from Ikorodu, if I can remember. I think she's from Ikorodu. I think so, if I'm not getting that wrong, because I think I remember that particular transaction. So thank you very much once again. I really appreciate you, Mrs. Beatrice. Thank you very much. So this is okay. Yes, from London. Yeah, I meant is the project in Ikorodu, or where is it? Where is the location of the project? Is it in Ibadan? Yes, Mrs. Beatrice is from London. Yes, we have a lot of people that contact us from abroad. Somebody even chat me yesterday from Russia. Another person chat me from UAE. Anywhere in the world, you see Nigerians. You will see Nigerians there. So, and we really appreciate your business. Honestly, okay, in Ibadan. Wow, thank you very much. So, our project is in Ibadan. So if you're somebody that's in Ibadan, yes, we have a store in Ibadan where you can get your products. Thank you very much to Mrs. Beatrice. I really appreciate your business. We are looking forward to doing more businesses with you. So because most of our customers, they have projects, they have more than one project. They have different projects, like one here, another one here. And then there's somebody that contacted me from Ibadan once, and he said he needs also paint. So I supplied him. And after like some months, maybe 2 or 3 months again, he said he has another project in what's it, Ikorodu. So we supply that one too. So so anywhere you are, we got you covered. So whether you are in Nigeria, you are not in Nigeria, you are outside London, America, Paris, anywhere you are, just send us a DM. You don't need to even wake up. Once you make your payment, send us the delivery details. We'll handle the rest. There's no, with the paint has not yet arrived. Oh, what's happening? No, delivery is one of our strengths. When it comes to delivery, we know how to do it so that it won't stress your cost. it won't stress you or stress the person you want to receive it. So thank you very much once again to Mrs. Beatrice. I really appreciate you very, very much. So this is a matte paint. So our matte paint goes for 68,000 naira, 68,000 naira. So it's very, very good, of good quality as well. So we also have okay, well, now when you want to use matte, it's very advisable that you do the screening of the place, so it will make the matte come out very well. Yes, the honest truth is that even though you paint matte on unscreened surface, it will still be beautiful. But there's another product that is more beautiful for surfaces that you like, walls that you did not want to do screening, maybe because you are short of fund, or you are trying to manage funds. So especially when your wall plastering is very smooth, there's a product you can use. The product is Weathermax paint. So Weathermax paint is that paint that you use if you don't want to do squiding, but make sure the plastering they do is very smooth, because if you did not do smooth plastering, it's going to cause a lot of trouble for you. One, if this plastering on your wall, the bricklayer that did the plastering did a bad job of plastering the place. One, even though you are going to do squiding, it's going to consume more material. It's going to consume more material. So which is why you need to make sure you supervise them very well, especially when they are doing that plastering, because it will tell on the last, like on the finishing of your house. Because imagine you've spent millions of naira building a house, and then the person that's doing the finishing, that is the bricklayer, because finishing starts from the bricklayer or even before, and the person is doing a wrong job, is plastering it somehow, and then you know that if he plaster it in a wrong way, like he's doing a rough plastering that is not smooth, it's going to cost you more material. Why? Because normally if your wall is smooth, there's no need to do squidding. That's the truth, unless you just want that like 100% work. But if you want to still achieve 80-90% of work, if your wall is smooth, if the bricklayer really plaster your wall very well, it smoothens it very well, and there's no contours, or even there's no contours, yes, you can even paint your house without doing screening. And the best paint to do that is Weathermax paint. Weathermax paint is that paint that will bring out the beauty of your house, especially when you have a smooth wall already. It will bring out the beauty and make it look very beautiful. Boy, we have a project that we are currently doing that we just currently finished at Ikorodu. When I show you guys the project, I know people will be like, wow, Mr. Tope, I know that we'll start getting orders for those particular paint combination, because the house is very, very beautiful. The house is very, very beautiful. So it's in Ikorodu. Do you offer free delivery of your goods? No, we don't offer free delivery, but we offer discounted delivery. What I mean by discounted delivery is that, let's say, and this is not for people that come to the store, because people will say, you know, offer me free delivery. No, this is for people that trust us enough to say, okay, they are sending money even before seeing me, like just from my content, they just transfer the money. So this is what we do for them. So let's say the driver say is going to, you buy you buy a lot of goods, and the driver say is going to collect 20,000. From our profit, we can be like, okay, let's pay 5,000, and you pay the remaining 15,000, so that it will not be too much for you. We sometimes we even pay more than that, just to encourage our customer. From our profit, let's say we'll carry our profit, and that doesn't mean that if you even come to the store, we'll still sell. If you come to the store, we'll sell the same price. So it's just to encourage you, because you trust us enough to say, okay, we are I have not even seen Mr. Tope before, I only saw him from the video, let me buy from him, let me transfer from to him. So that's what we use to encourage you, that, oh, you trust us enough, let us also support you for the delivery. So it's not free delivery, it's discounted delivery, because whoever sees that is offering free delivery to you, it means they've already added the cost to the product. So but for us, we agree to remove from our profits, even though, and the profit does not mean we are adding more money to you. No, it means we are just considerate enough, because if you come to the store, we'll still sell at the same price to you. So thank you to Mr. Wale. I really appreciate you. You've been really hanging on. So let's tap on the screen, guys. Let's get more people to join this live. Let's get more people to join this live. Thank you to everybody who is watching on YouTube. Thank you to everybody who is watching on YouTube. Thank you to everybody who is watching on TikTok as well. So this is Weathermax paint. It comes in different color. The one we use at Ikorodu is Dove, I think Dove gray, dark gray, and orange. If you see that combination, hey, that thing is very beautiful. And one common trend I'm seeing nowadays is that people want to paint their house with multiple colors. What do I mean? They want to paint the upper part maybe with lighter color, the lower part is with dark color, like dark gray, and then they use some design on it, and it comes out very very well. So for this particular project, the upper part is a one story building. The upper part we painted it with what's it called? We paint the upper part with dove gray, the lower part with dark gray, and the what's it called? The design, the corridors, the is it the corridors of veranda now? We paint those ones with orange. It comes out very beautiful. I'm still going to share that video. You know me now. I'm still going to share the video. I'm still going to share the video, guys. Let's double tap on the screen. Let's double tap on the screen so that more people can join this live. Let's double tap on the screen. Thank you to Mr. Wale. Thank you for liking the live. So this is Weathermax Paints. It comes in different color. So that particular one we did in the Ikorodu, we use Weathermax Paints. It comes out very, very well. Very, very, very beautiful project. So it comes in different color. This one is 70,000, 70,000 naira for 20-liter bucket, and this thing can go a very, very long way when you are painting your place. So let's talk about the other products we have. So the other product we have is ordinary emulsion paint. So emulsion paint is that paint that is just like an economy paint, like it's the cheapest paint you can buy. So this particular one, why all these ones are going for 70, 72, 68, this one just goes for 19,000 naira. This is a budget friendly paint. So if you are somebody that wants to paint your house and you are on a budget, yes, go for emulsion paint. Or if you are somebody that maybe you love to paint your house every year, sometimes you might not need to buy all these high quality paints. If you can't really afford it, you can just go for emulsion, because you are painting every year, because emulsion will use like 1 to 3 years. So 1 to 3 years. So if you are somebody that paints your house every year, you can just buy emulsion. It will last pending the time you repaint the place to change the color. And emulsion also makes your house look beautiful. It's not that it doesn't make your house look beautiful. The only problem is there are two problems with emulsion. Not really problem, it's just because of the price now. So one of it is that it doesn't last as long as these guys. It will use 1 to 3 years, while these other guys will use 5 to 7 years. The other thing is that emulsion has low coverage because of the quantity of the material they use to produce it. It doesn't spread as much as these other ones. Let's say if you're using where you'll be using 2 of emulsion, you can be using 1 of these. So that's the comparison. So, or even more, so depending. So that is emulsion paint for you. And emulsion paint also comes in different color. It comes in white, brown, black, yellow, orange, purple, lilac, different color. Any color you want it, we can get emulsion paint for you. It's very good. The only problem is it doesn't last as long as all these other products. It doesn't last as long. So emulsion paint is 19,000 for whatever color you need, So another product we'll be talking about today is the undercoat primer. So undercoat primer, this is primer. This is a primer. So the good thing about primer is that it helps your wall. Wow, thank you to Mr. Wale. I really appreciate you for that repost. Thank you very much. Let me also repost from this device. Okay. Let's repost from this. So this primer now if you just build your house, you have a fresh wall, they've not put anything on it before, so it's important to use a primer. Why? Primer will help your wall, like it will prevent your paint from having separate color or separating colors. Now what I mean is that there are some walls that when you see them, one place will be black, one place will be darker than another when they paint them, so you know that something is wrong with that wall. So but that is because they did not use primer. So if you use a primer, it should make your paint look uniform. So everything, there's nothing like one place is looking darker than another one, and all this pattern you see on the wall. The primer will block the reason. The reason you are seeing that particular reaction on the wall is because different surfaces absorb paints at different rates, and different surface reacts with paints at differently. So because when they were plastering that place, maybe they finish that particular cement and sand they were using, finish, they now go and remix another one. They might not mix it at the same ratio as the previous one. So you'll be having different reaction because the number of cement in this one is different from the number of the cement in another in the other part of the wall. So when you paint your paint on it, it will now show, it will react differently. But with a primer, once you put a primer, everything will go on the smooth surface, like everything will go just once, and you have a good painting. So thank you very much to everybody who is double tapping. Guys, if you are not double tapping, please double tap. Let's double tap. Let's get more people to join this live. Let's get more people to join this live. So that is the work of a primer. And the other thing is that it will help your paints. Let's say it will save you paints because you have painted something on the wall. Your wall will soak less paint because you have used primer on the wall. Now if you have a fresh surface and you just paint on it like that, the wall will suck the paint. It will suck most of the paint before you now see that beauty you are seeing on the wall. But immediately you use primer, the wall will not soak paint. So that means the surface is just what you are painting, not that the wall is soaking anything. So that means it will end up saving you paint at the end of the day, which is why you need to also use a primer. Another advantage of using a primer is that for those of you that wants to paint satin or even any paint, primer will make the paint stick better to the wall. It will make the paint stick better to the wall. So some of you that you are not in a waterlogged area, water is not affecting your wall, but your satin paint is peeling on your wall, is because you did not use primer. Because primer will serve as like a bonding agent to bond your satin paint to your wall properly, or any paint you are painting on your wall properly, so that it should not be peeling, it should not be dusting on the wall and every reaction that you see. So that is the work of a primer, and this primer is in 4 liters alone, and it comes the price is 25,000 naira for now. Trust me, we make very, very tiny profit on this one. But because a lot of our customers have been requesting for it, and we also want the best for our customer, that's why we are bringing out this primer. It's 25,000 naira for this 4 liters. This is not water based. This is oil based primer. So oil based primer, that is, you use a thinner. You don't use water. You don't mix it with water. You use a thinner, or you use petrol to mix it, and then to get the best result. Yeah, somebody is asking, can satin paint be painted on emulsion? No, yes, you can paint satin paint on emulsion. Yes, you can paint satin paint on an emulsion painted wall. Let's say you rented an apartment and they've painted the place with emulsion before. Yes, if the emulsion paint is still strong, it's not that it's dusting off, it's removing, the emulsion is removing from the wall. Yes, you can paint satin over it. But if you have a wall, you rented an apartment, or even your house, and you see that the emulsion paint they use there is not too strong, there are some things you can do. So if it is dusting off, there's something we call a stabilizing solution. So though we don't have it, we don't sell it yet, but there's a way, there are people that sell it, or you can also use acrylic to do that. So you use it to rub the wall first, so that it will bond all those things that are dusting. It will bond it, make the wall solid again, before you now paint your satin on it. But if you have a wall that the emulsion is strong, very strong already, you don't need to do anything. You can just lightly sandpaper everything. Once you sandpaper it, you dust it off, then you can paint your satin. Or if you want to do screeding on it, you can do screeding, apply a primer, and then you paint your satin. Those are the best choices for you if you want the satin to really last long and also come out very, very well, and even not be peeling. So thank you very much for that question. Thank you to sources. Please double tap on the screen. Let's get more people to like this live. Let's get more people to join this particular live. So we have some questions that people drop on WhatsApp. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure if you have any question, make sure you drop it in the chat. So if you want to message me, so if you have any question, okay, can satin paint be painted on a satin paint again? Yes. Okay, let me answer this question before we now move on to the WhatsApp question. So somebody is asking, can satin paint be painted on a satin paint again? That is, a wall they paint with satin. So can you still paint over it with satin? Yes, you can paint over it with satin, but there are some conditions you must make sure. There are some conditions you must meet. So number one is that you must make sure that that satin that is there already is not peeling, because it's like a bad foundation. If you have a bad foundation and you put another thing on it, that means the whole thing is not good. So the whole thing will turn bad. But once you have a good satin, the only thing you need to do is to, like, what I mean by a good satin is it is strong, it is not peeling, it is not dusting, nothing is happening to it. It's just that you want to change the color. The only thing you need to do is to sandpaper that surface, sandpaper the surface very well, and then you can go on and paint your satin. But probably if the satin, if why they were painting the satin in the first place, they did not do screeding, you can even go ahead and do screeding on that place. You sandpaper the place very well, creates a kind of very strong roughness, so that the screeding will stick to the wall, and then you use a primer if you can afford it. Then you paint your satin. But if you just want to paint, they've done the screeding before, you like, or even though you, or even you like the what's it called, the smoothness of the wall is not rough. Yes, you can just sandpaper the place, just paint your satin, you'll be fine. But if the other thing is, if the satin is not strong, what you need to do is to remove all the satins. There are some satins that are peeling off already. You peel everything off. You peel everything off, and then if the wall is dusting underneath it, you can use a stabilizing solution before you now paint the next satin on it. Yes, it will go very well. Your wall will look beautiful. Yes, you can paint satin on satin. I think that answers the question. Where's your location? So our store is in. We have a store in Lagos and another store in at another store in Akure. So at Lakwe, you know Lakwe, that's Eputu bus stop. Before you get to Lakwe, Eputu bus stop, that's where our store is. So if you want to place any your order, 090435755896. That's the number on the screen. If you are watching on TikTok, 090435755896. WhatsApp only, please. WhatsApp only. Just drop me a message on WhatsApp. I will be there to respond to you. Can we use satin for POP? Because most people said it's not good. Yes, you can use certain paints for POP. So, but one of the reasons you might want to use certain paints for POP is probably you use certain paints for your wall, for all your wall, and then you have leftover of satin and you still want to paint your ceiling. Yes, you can use it to paint your ceiling. It's okay. It's okay. So people are now using it. In fact, one of my class, I showed one of my video. I showed a place they painted with satin and the thing is good. So especially if the ceiling is also smooth, if the ceiling is smooth, maybe POP ceiling that they did very well, you can paint it with satin. So you can paint it with satin. Hey, so somebody is asking, is painting after screening needful? Yes, painting after screening is very important, because if you not paint after you screed, if you leave screed for a very long time exposed, it might affect the screening. The other thing is that screening does not have color, like per se. Like, okay, there's some people call it black screed, some people and there's also white screed, which is a POP screed. So, but it doesn't really beautify your house the way a paint will beautify your house. So you need to paint that place to really bring out the beauty in your house, because you that you've spent a lot of money on screening, why not just spend little like extra money to just beautify the house? Yes, you can say, okay, I don't have the money now. Maybe you wait for a month or two before you paint the place, and then you'll be fine. But don't wait too long, so that screening will not also be exposed to all the weather condition, and then you start seeing some reaction on the screening. So how many liters? Okay, somebody is asking. Um, how many liters of satin can be used for 2 bedroom apartment and 1 bedroom apartment? So if you have a 2 bedroom apartment, it depends on how big the place is. But the rough estimate is if you are using satin, you use 2 buckets of it just for the wall alone, 2 buckets. But if it is a duplex, you add one more to it, that will be three. So, but it's better you consult your painter to come and check the place, because different room have different sizes, so it's plus or minus. But if you are close to the place they are selling the paint, you can just buy two first, let them use it. If it is not enough, you buy more. So guys, let's double tap on the screen. I'm seeing a lot of people on this chat, but they are not double tapping on the screen. Let's double tap on the screen. Okay, dampness. What paint is good for correcting dampness? Okay, sorry, we've not been talking about dampness, because I just want to talk about our paint first before we now talk about dampness. So if you are somebody that has dampness on your wall, one of the best, don't use a paint. Don't use a paint. Don't do screening. Don't do graffites. In most cases, don't even do tyroline. In most cases, because yes, tyroline can have minor thing to do with it, but if you you won't be able to do tiling everywhere safe, and it doesn't really stop that dampness. So what you can do in your own case is to apply special chemicals that are that are built for dampness. So one of it is Costa 2K. So it depends, and the type of chemical you also use will be determined by the type of dampness you have, because there are different type of dampness. There are different reactions you see on your wall. There are different places the dampness will be, and you use different solution for that. So for example, if your dampness is from the bottom of your house to certain level, let's say from the down to certain level, it's probably from your foundation. But if the dampness is now up to the ceiling level, in most cases it is from your roof. That means the roof is leaking, and the best solution for that is for you to block that leaking roof before you even apply anything. That's when and especially most what usually happen for those that have their roof leaking is that they usually have mold on the wall. That's all these black and white patches, or in some cases green patches on their wall. So that is when it is coming from the roof. In most cases it's usually cause mold for them. But for most cases, that's coming from the foundation, especially for the. I'm talking from experience from a lot of videos that people have been sending to me. So if it is coming from the foundation, in most cases you realize that the paints will be peeling. Yes, in some cases you also see mold, but the one that usually causes mold the most is the one that's coming from the roof of the house. So somebody, okay, dampness, whopping. So you use Costa 2K, but there are ways to use it. So if you need specific instruction on how to use it, send me a DM or WhatsApp. We have video. You can just buy it and apply it. So especially if you just rent the place. So Costa 2K is just like paracetamol that will help you solve the wall from peeling. Pending the time you will be able to leave that place, like 2 years, 3 years, it will stop the wall from peeling and stop water from showing on the wall. There are other solutions that will stop the paint from peeling for a very long time, 10 years and above. That's if you are the owner of the house, but they are very, very expensive. Like the damp master now, one bucket like this costs about 400,000 naira. That's for the complete solution, and it has area that it can cover as well. So I've answered that question. Temi G1, Temi J1, thank you very much. Mommy's boy, thank you very much. Good morning, Mommy's boy. Location, yes, we have a store in Lagos at before you that's after Aja. So Lakwe, anywhere you are, just say you are going to Lakwe. So you stop at a Putu bus stop. Our store is just on that bus stop, directly on that bus stop. So we also have a store in Akure. Dampness from the foundation, sir. So if you have dampness from the foundation, so depending on what it looks like, so you can send me a video on WhatsApp 090435755896. So I will tell you what to use to cure that. So the paint. Wow. So Mr. David SO. Now this is another this is another testimonial from a customer that used our paints. So the customer said, Mr. David says the paint you supplied me my place is so good, the best. One thing I used to tell people is I won't sell you bad products. But I will not lie to you that there are some cases that maybe you buy 10 buckets of paints, one of it is looking somehow. Please don't use it, return it. It's probably a mistake from the factory. But overall, when you buy Armstrong Paints, my brother, you are getting the best. Honestly, you are getting the best. And we also go a long way to make sure that the experience you have in terms of the delivery, in terms of maybe you have issue along the way, like I said, maybe you bought 10 buckets, one is not good, we'll collect it back from you and replace it for you. So we try our best. Nobody is 100%, no company is 100% perfect. We try our best to make sure we put a smile on your face by going even the extra mile. Most I usually tell people that I don't care. So like I don't mind spending all my profit that I make from your business on making you happy. What I mean is that, let's say you bought the paints and then you have issue along the way, even maybe with your painter or something goes wrong. I will still try to even bring money out of my pocket to say, take this, or there are a lot. This is Nigeria. Things are going crazy everywhere. There are a lot of things that can happen. If it's just for you to just buy paint and use it, it's easy that way. But there's a lot of things that can happen. Things can happen with your delivery. Things can happen with your painter. Maybe you got a painter and the painter did not apply the paint very well. So there are a lot of things that can happen. So we also try as much as possible to also support you in any way we can because we want to make you happy. Thank you very, very much to hey, Mr. David. Yes, thank you very, very much to Mr. David for that testimony. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. And these are not arranged testimony. I did not even know somebody will put testimonial here. So we've had two testimonial, one from somebody from London and the other one from Mr. David. Not sure where Mr. David is chatting from. Okay, Temi J1 says, thanks. Sir, I will contact you, sir, at Slackware bus stop. Yes. So just message me on WhatsApp. Please don't call. Message me on WhatsApp. I'll be there to respond to you. I'll be there to respond to you. So somebody is saying, how much is a bucket of satin? So satin paint, this is a bucket of satin, which is 20 liter, is 72,000, 7 and 2,000 for any color you need. Black, brown, white, yellow, white, orange, any color you need for satin. So just go for Satin paint is 72,000 naira. It's the same price. So where are you located? We are located in Lagos at a Putu bus stop. That is before you get to Lakwe after Aja. So anywhere you are coming from, just say you are going to Lakwe, then you tell the driver you want to stop at a Putu bus stop. Our store is just right. Even though immediately you get to the bus stop, you'll be seeing our store. It's not hidden. It's along the expressway. So that Lekki Ekpe expressway, that's where we are. All right, Mr. Temi J1, thank you very much. We'll be expecting you. He says, I'll patronize you soon. Thank you very much. We'll be expecting you. How much is satin paint? I think I've answered that one. Temi, Mrs. Temi, satin paint is 72,000 naira per bucket. This is satin paint for any color you need. Please, how much is a bucket of high quality 20-liter satin paint? So we don't have low quality, high quality. Our quality is the best quality. So for satin, anything you need, any color you need, is the same price. We don't do high quality, low quality, medium quality, gere quality. No. Our quality is the best quality because at the end of the day, even though you are doing low quality, your company name is still there. Customers will not say, I'm the one that bought low quality. They'll be like, this paint is not good. That is what we try to avoid because our name is very, very important. So our satin paint, every paint you see here, there's no high quality, there's no low quality, there's no gere quality. Our quality is the best quality because we want to offer you the best, and anything we want to put our name on, we make sure it's the best. So that's why we don't do gere quality. So thank you for that question. Please, how much is the bucket? Okay, so it's 72,000 naira. Please, okay, I'll send you pictures of the painting later, the gray and white paint from Pedro, Lagos. Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Okay, is it David? Okay, it's David because this TikTok is not let me see. Wow, I would really appreciate if you can even send me the picture and the video so that we can make video on it if you are comfortable with that, because I love to see all those video of places that are beautiful that they use our paints. I love to showcase the work because when you don't use something now, you've not used something before, you don't know. Like you be like, will this thing be good? But when you see people like posting videos like, you'll be like, hey, this thing is beautiful. This is what I'm using for my house. So, which is what I love to show. We currently have a project going on in Badagry. We just finished one project in Ikorodu. We have another project going on in Ado Ekiti. So, we have which other project do we have coming up? So those are the ones I can remember for now. So, all right, please, I will be expecting the video. 09043575896. That's the WhatsApp number. Mr. David, please, I'm begging you, please send me that video. Please send me the video and the picture. If it is picture you have, send it to me. I know what to do with it. I know how to create content around it because sometimes you might not be at the site or anything. Just send me what you have. 09043575896. I'll really appreciate you. Send it to WhatsApp. So, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. David, for that wonderful comment. How many rooms can the room? One bucket of satin paint. So satin paint can paint. This one now can paint. Let me just tell you 2 rooms. Let me tell you 2 rooms. It might cover up to more than that, but let me just tell you 2 rooms. 2 rooms. So let me tell you 2 rooms. So it can cover 2 rooms. But it also depends on the size of the room. There are some people that they build their room is as big as a football field. Those are master bedroom. master bedroom. So there are some people that do that. I guess I can get your store in Ibadan. So yes, Mrs. Esther, yes, you can get our store in Ibadan. Our store is at Alao. So you can send me a DM via WhatsApp. I will send you the contact of our manager in Ibadan. So let's go to the next question. Is there a smaller bucket of satin? Yes, we have a smaller bucket of satin. It's that one is 19,000. It's 4 liters. So this is it. 19,000 for smaller bucket of satin. 19,000. It's 4 liters, and it's also very good. It's 19,000. It comes in different color. We have that as well. Okay, 4 liters satin. Thank you to Mr. David again. How much is matte paint? So our matte paint is 68,000. This is matte paint. It's 68,000 naira. 68,000 naira for the matte paint. So our matte paint is 68,000 per bucket, which is 20 liters. So 4 liters satin. So yes, 4 liters satin is 19,000. 19,000. So Mrs. Funky says, where's your location? Our location is at a Putu bus stop. Before you get to Lakwe, anywhere you are, that's after Aja, because most people know Aja, they don't know Lakwe. So after Aja, that's our location. 4 liters satin. Yes, honestly, they have the best quality paint. Wow, thank you very much to Mr. David once again. He says honestly they have the best quality paint. Mr. David, you've not seen the quality yet. Let rain and sun beat that paint. Before you know, you see your neighbor that just paint his house is doing like this. The paint is doing like this already, but your own paint is still standing. That's where you know the real quality of Armstrong paint, because we don't compromise on quality. We don't compromise on quality, and we don't compromise on honesty. One thing most companies do, I will not mention anybody's name, is that they will tell you 20 liters and then they will fill the paint up to this place. This is not 20 liters. It's not filling the bucket. But for Armstrong paint, you will see that it's filled to the brim. In most cases, even the lid of the paint will budge out. Why? Because they filled it to the brim. They filled it to the brim. So most companies will be like, I will sell it for cheap for you, but they will now sell paint that is up to this place or this place to you to you. No, we don't do that. We pride ourselves in honesty and due diligence. Like those are the things we do. Honesty is what we are eating. So thank you very much to Mr. David. I really appreciate you. So somebody is saying, how much is Weathermax? 20 liters. So Weathermax is 70,000. 70,000 naira per bucket for any color you need. White, brown, black, gray, dove gray, ash gray, white, any color, cream, off-white, beige, any color you need. Weathermax is 70,000. Guys, let's double tap on the screen so that more people will join this live. Let's double tap on the screen. Please, which paint is good to use? So if you want to use any paint, it depends on where you want to use it for. For inside, use satin. For outside, use matte. So but if you can't use matte or Weathermax, if you can't afford all this, just go for emulsion. So because emulsion is just 19,000, this one is 70,000, this one is 68,000, this one is 72,000. So if you can't afford all these ones, which are the best quality you can get, go for emulsion. Emulsion, you can use it for both inside and outside part of your house. So let's go to the next question. Please, which paint is good to use? I've answered. You came to my place at Pedro. Remember the orange and white paints, which we later. Oh, okay. Mr. David, yeah. You know, on WhatsApp, I did not save your number as Mr. David. I think you use one emoji that looks like this. That's why I did not know you are the one. That's why I did not know you are the one. Yes, wow, that's interesting. I would love to see that project. So yes, I would love to see that project. In fact, when I went to that place, I was like, this place, they use tyrolene everywhere. The place, and I think there is dust on the tyrolene already, so it's making the place look a bit not shiny. But I know that immediately they paint it. Even that day you sent me the video of the place while they were painting, I was like, this thing is coming out. The dark gray is already coming out already. So I would really love to see that project. I would really love to see the project, because Grandpa was saying, this thing will it not be too dark? But I know Grandpa will love that particular place now. I know he will love that particular place. Thank you. Yes, I remember now, Mr. David. Thank you very much. I can see you make use of acrylic much in your paint production. Yes, any paint that does not have acrylic is not going to bond to the wall properly. Weathermax 20 liters. Yes, Weathermax 20 liters is 70,000 naira. 7,000, 70,000 naira. Thank you to Mr. David once again. I really appreciate you. Which paint is good to use? I think I've answered that question. How much is matte? Matte is 68,000, 6 and 8, 68,000 naira per bucket. 6 and 8, 68,000 naira per bucket. I need good satin for one single room and single shop. Recommend one for me. Yeah, this is single room and single shop. You can get single room. It depends on how big the shop is. If the shop and the room are big, just get one of these. It will paint both the room and the shop. So how can I get it in data? Yes, we will be to the data state, data Asaba, Wari, Ugeli. So we build to those places. Thank God we are now in Lagos. We can we build to different places now. So and what we normally do for Waybill is that we'll share the Waybill with you. Like yesterday now, we sent a this Costa 2K, just one. The customer said he wants to try it to Abuja, and the pack they said is 10,000 because it is this one and the cement. They said they will collect 5,000 for each. So we told the customer, okay, pay 5,000, we'll pay 5,000 for you. So that is what we do. So we don't do free delivery, we do discounted delivery for our customers because we want you to try our product, because we know once you try our products, you'll be convinced. So we also will build how many buckets? 21. Is it 21 buckets? The last one was 21. I mean 13. We will build 21 bucket to Abuja, and then we also will be, is it 13 bucket to Abuja. So this last week, everything was last week. So last week. So anywhere you want to us to we able to, we'll able to you. How can I get it in data? So please, if you want to get it in data, 09043575896. That's the WhatsApp number to chat. Please don't call. Chat us on WhatsApp. We'll be there to respond to you. Just tell me what you need, and then we'll be there to respond. Thank you very much um Thank you very much to Mr. David. I really appreciate you guys. Let's tap on the screen. Let us get more people to join this live. Yes, the waterproof, which is Costa 2K, is 60,000 naira, 6 and 0, 60,000 naira, 60,000 naira. Make sure you buy it now because we are thinking of increasing the price because the demand is high, and the thing is worth more than that. Honestly, once you use it, I will show you. There's a place in our office here that we just broke the wall. We were thinking of plastering the place. That place, I don't know if you guys saw the video of how we removed the plaster to treat that dampness, to remove the plaster. The place was wet before, but immediately we removed the plaster and put this thing, you won't even see any water trace on the wall. So we want to plaster that place and repaint the place, but my staff and people, even customers that came in, they said no, don't plaster it. Just be using it as sample for customers that come to your office. So that is a good idea. So that is Costa 2K. This thing is very, very effective, very, very effective and affordable compared to other solutions you might get. So this thing is 60,000 naira for both the liquid and the cement. Most people will come and be like, do you mean just for the liquid alone? I will say like no, no, because on a normal day this thing is supposed to be selling for 80,000, but we sell it for 60,000 naira. So which is why I say you should get your own before the price increase to 70,000 naira. Please, how much is your waterproof? So it's 60,000 naira. It's 60,000 naira. So thank you very much. Mr. David says that's my brother. I'm available, screening and painting job. Okay, you can send us a DM if you want us to work together. How much is Satin? Satin paint is 72,000 naira, 7 and 2, 72,000 naira. That is Satin paint. Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. David. I really appreciate you. God bless your handwork. Thank you very much to D3 Paints. I really appreciate you. A lot of love on this particular live. Yes, Mr. David says, yes, you're correct. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. It is the best paint on that street. Wow. Oh, God. So Mr. David also said, okay, honestly, it is the best paint on that street. That is when they paint Armstrong paint, that it is the best. When the driver went to deliver that particular paint, okay, let me give you guys a contest. So Mr. David just chatted me on WhatsApp. He said he need a paint, he wants to paint a place. Okay, we supply the place at Palm Grove. So we supply the paint, but because the place was painted, they did tiling on everywhere. It means it will consume more paint. So when the painter started using the paint, he realized that the paint will not be enough. So they bought more paints. So, but when my driver went to deliver the second paint, so he saw it was the same driver that took the paints to the site in the first place. He saw how the wall was before, and while they were painting the place, he saw how the wall was, how the wall is now transforming. The driver had to come back and say, that paint is looking very good. That the painters were like, they are coming to our store to come and buy. They are this and that. That they say that the driver now said, the paint looks different than every other paint on the street. It is confirming what Mr. David is saying now, that the paint looks different. Like Once you paint your house with Armstrong paint, trust me, every other house beside you, they will start they will start thinking of repainting their house. They will even come and meet you that, please, where do you get this paint, please? So that is what Armstrong paints will do for your wall. Thank you very much for that honest advice, Mr. David. Thank you very much about screening. So mommy's boy says, please educate us about screening. So if you want to screen your house, the only reason and one of the main reason that people screen their house is because while they were doing plastering, but you won't really, they did not really plaster the place very well. Like they did not smoothen the wall very well. So that means you have some contours, some holes, some different patterns on the wall. So if you want to remove all those patterns, now you need something that will cover it, that will be smooth. That is what we call screed. That is what we call screed. The Oyinbo people usually call it skimming. So it's still, some people will say, hey, it's different, but it's still the same term that they use for the same thing. So screeding or skimming. So they use wall putty. Something is just also like cement. Some even use cement. So or putty screed. So they use it to smoothen that wall so that everything will be flat, so that your wall, people will not even know that it's a wall. They will see that this thing is perfect. Yes, perfect is the word to use. And then you now paint on it. That is what screeding is. But if your wall is already smooth, everything is perfect, the bricklayer did a good job, yes, you can paint your wall without doing the screeding. But if you want, that will give you, let's say, 80 to 90% of beauty. But if you want 100% beauty, that extra 10-20%, you can go for screeding. So you can go for screeding. So good morning, boss. Mr. Friday, thank you very much. Good morning to you. I really appreciate you. Guys, let's double tap on the screen. We have 63 people on this particular live, but nobody is double tapping. Don't let me come and arrest you on your bed that you are sleeping. I will arrest you. Tap on the screen. Let's get more people to join this live. Let's get more people to join this live. Just double tap on the screen. Make me happy. Make me happy, guys. So double tap on the screen. So make me happy. Double tap on the screen. So if you want to place order for your paints, 09043575896. That's the number on the screen. Please, WhatsApp only. I'm begging you, WhatsApp only. So I'm begging you. Oops, they've cut me off again. Oh, this is where Mr. Oh God. Yeah. Maybe when you come, you'll be staying here to be checking for us.
Even here, I can view it.
The thing is, it's because it did not show.
Okay.
Oh God. And we had 70 something people on the 60 something people on the live. Now they have dropped. It's turned back to zero. Oh wow, we just lost everybody on the live stream. So if you've been with us before, sorry, it's TikTok that sent us out. They sent us. So it's TikTok that sent us out. Wow, this thing is lagging. Okay, it's okay. I think this thing usually happens 1 hour after you start streaming. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you for joining again. Sorry, it's TikTok that just sent us out because they said there's no activity on the camera we are using. They don't know that. I think they need to solve that particular issue. So once you are live for 1 hour and they see that you are not pressing anything on the screen, they just shut you off, which is not good. I don't think it's good. So we've lost everybody we've had. So we are going to get them back. People are going to come back, I believe. Okay, let me use that opportunity to answer some questions. Let me use that opportunity to answer some questions that we have on WhatsApp, so that we can have that 710. So this person is asking, So this person is asking, can I use oil paint on wallpaper? So oil paint, this is what they call oil paint. This is gloss paint, is what they call oil paint in Nigeria. No, don't use oil paint on wallpaper. The reason is that oil paints or water-based paints, they will soak that particular wallpaper and then it will start peeling. But if you mean 3D panels, there are some 3D panels like that are very strong, like the one we have in our office here. The one we have here, look at this. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is 3D panel. You see that it's strong. Yes, this type of one. Let me check the camera if it is now, if this position well. So the 3D camera, the 3D panel, those ones you can paint. So those ones you can paint on them. So it will not, the 3D panels, those ones you can paint on them, it will not affect that particular panel. But if it's just wallpaper, that paper wallpaper, please don't paint on it because it will soak the wallpaper and then the paper will start peeling. So don't paint on wallpaper. Instead, remove the wallpaper and then paint wherever it is you want to paint. But if it is 3D panel, yes, you can paint on 3D panels. So I think that is that for that one. So somebody is asking on the chat again, hello, is it advisable to screed a rented house in and out, please? This is Pablo. This is what I call Pablo. No, it depends. It depends on what you want to use the place for. So somebody is asking, is it advisable to screed a rented house in and out? So yes, it depends. It depends. Honestly, I was laughing at this before I remember that there are some houses, there are some places you rent, like you rent the whole building and you want to use it for a long time, depending on if you have agreement. We know how all these landlords can be. Immediately they see that you do squeezing and everything, they start saying that they are increasing the rent, or they want to lease the place out for 50 years now. So if you can afford it, for some companies, for some standard companies, yes, you can do the squeezing and paint the place. But if it's just for your 3 bedroom, it's not really advisable to help your landlord to paint the outside part of the house. Even most landlord will not even agree that you want to paint. They will be like you want to steal their house or something else. But if those conditions are out of the way, if you just want the place for beauty, maybe you are the only one in the compound, or maybe two of you are in the compound, and you want something that is best, you want something that's shining and you can afford it, that key is very important. You can afford it and paint the both the inside and outside, even though it's rented or it's your own. So let's go for the next question. That's a wonderful question. Hello sir, is it okay? Hello sir, is it okay? I think I've answered that. Okay, I've answered that. Thank you to Olua Shonjo. Come again. So, Oluwasanjo, what I mean is that if the place is rented, you can screed it depending on if you can afford it. That's the baseline. If you can afford it and it will not hurt you, because all this landlord now, once they see that you do all the improvements, they increase the price or give you some excuse to just get another person, because they know the house is now worth more in terms of the rent they can get. So, but if you can afford it, and maybe when you think when your landlord just chase you away, you won't feel it, just go for it. It will make that place look beautiful. The next question we have here. So somebody, okay, sorry, why do I just quit this? So somebody is asking here on WhatsApp. So I think I've answered this question. So if you have any question, leave it in the chat. I'll be there to respond. So somebody is asking. Somebody is asking, can satin paint be used to paint your house door? The door of your house, can you use satin paint? Yes and no. So the only place you can use satin paint to paint the door is if the door is wooden door. So if you have a wooden door, yes, you can use satin paint to paint it. But if you have iron doors, all these iron doors, the latest door, all these foreign door, imported door, please don't use satin. If you have an iron door, gloss paint is what you use. But if you have a wooden door, yes, you can use gloss or satin. So for a wooden door, you can use satin paint. But for iron door, use gloss paint. So that is the answer to that. That's a wonderful question, guys. Let's double tap on the screen. So okay. Mr. Oluwasanjo, yes, I get you now. He says, I mean, my mom is the landlord, so she's thinking of doing the screening. Yes, she can do it. She's the owner of the house. Let her do the screening. But one thing I usually advise people against is painting a rented apartment with satin. Now, one of the things I advise people against is painting a house they want to rent out with satin. Now you are the landlord of a place, you have a 3 bedroom you want to rent out to people, you now go and paint that place with satin. It's in most cases it's a wrong decision, it's a big mistake. Why? Because you might paint the place with white satin or even brown satin or yellow satin, off white satin, and the ten ant is coming and saying this satin sef I no like am. They will just remove it and put ordinary emulsion. Emulsion is 19,000, satin is 72,000. You now put, somebody has painted something with this of 72,000, which is very expensive. You now come and paint this cheap product, this cheap paint on it. You know, it defies the essence of spending that much money in the first place, which is why I advise people against it. So if you're a landlord, you can do screeding and then paint with ordinary emulsion. But if you can still afford it, maybe you want to rent the place out to high net worth individuals that they appreciate quality, yes, you can paint it with satin, knowing that they might end up repainting that particular place. So but if it's just for a low or medium class space, just paint with ordinary emulsion, you are good to go. The color will speak. You can just paint with white. Most people at the end of the day, they paint with the color. Once they move in, they paint with the color they like. Your white might not be too seductive to most people, so which is why you see most developer now, they just paint with white emulsion all through, because they know that the people that are buying the house or that are renting the house will come back and repaint that place. So that's that. So guys, let's put up on the screen. Thank you to Mr. Oluwasanjo for that particular question. I really appreciate you, and I got that question right. So let's move on to the next question. Let's double tap on the screen. I'm seeing a lot of people on this chat. They are not double tapping. If I come to your house, you not like me. Oh, so double tap on the screen. Double tap on the screen. Double tap on the screen. So this person is asking what's okay. Let me use the phone. So this person is asking what causes mold. So mold is that thing you see on your wall that is black and white or green and yellowish or something like that. All those patterns, that is mold. If you see it on your wall, it's mold. And what usually causes it is water. So when you have water and then you have heat, those two conditions usually will cause mold on your wall. So and it doesn't take long. It's not, some people will be like, okay, it's because I left my house for 3 years, that's why. No, mold can develop as early as 48 hours. Once you have your wall that is soaked and everywhere is closed, there's no enough ventilation, mold will start growing on that wall. It might not be visible within 48 hours, but they are already growing, and once they grow very fast. So that is what causes mold. So if you want to solve it, one, the two things that, like I told you, water and heat, you need to find the source of the water, and then you need to make sure there's no heat in that room. So you solve it, and then you can apply chemical to kill the ones that have grown on that particular wall. You apply chemical. You can also use vinegar, all this vinegar to kill it. So I'm going to show you in another video how to do that exactly. So guys, let's double tap on the screen. That 2K chemical, how many can we use for a 2 bedroom flat? So for the Costa 2K chemical, it depends on the coverage, the affected area, the square meter of the affected area. So if the affected area, this particular one can cover 8 to 10 square meters. So if you measure the square meter of the place, let's say the square meter is 30 square meter, that means you use 3 of this. So if you want us to I have a video on how you can measure the square meter. You can send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll be there. I'll respond to you. I'll send you the video of how to measure the square meter. So once you measure the square meter, I'll tell you how many you need. So it's straightforward. I like to do things step by step so that people can get it. So let's double tap on the screen, guys. Let's double tap on the screen. Let's share this live to more people. Let more people join. I think we still have till if I move from here to 8:30, will I still be able to meet up? Let's see. So we've answered this now. So what type of paint is best for POP? So somebody is asking what paint is best for POP. So if you want to paint your POP ceiling, so there are some paints you can use. I will start from the best to the lower ones. So the best paint you can use for your POP is matte paint. Matte paint is the best quality paint because it's an emulsion paint and it doesn't show all the faults on that particular POP in case they did mistake while they were doing it. Matte paint is the best paint you can use for your POP. But going to the next best one, you can also use Weathermax paint. Weathermax paint is also very, very good for POP because it's a is also an high quality emulsion paint. So this both matte and Weathermax, they are also emulsion paints, but they are very high quality paint. So the other paints you can also use is emulsion paints. So ordinary emulsion paint will do just fine to paint your POP ceiling. So it will do just fine, and it will also not show all the imperfections, all the errors on the POP. It will also look very beautiful. So another paint you can also use, which people are now using nowadays, is satin. Is satin paint. But one bad thing about satin is that if you have any error on that particular POP, satin paint will show it. It will easily show it that people that come to your place, it's noticeable to people that just look up like this. But for emulsion paints, all these emulsion paints, whether it's matte, whether mass or emulsion paints, they will not show all those error, like unless somebody just try to look closely. But with satin, just with a simple glance, people will see the error on that particular POP. But if you are somebody that has a smooth POP, everything is done perfectly, you can also use satin paint for your POP. So those are the best paints to paint your POP ceiling. So guys, my number is on the screen, Mr. Oluwasoji, 0904357586. That's the number on the screen. That's the number to reach out to me on for a new building. Which type of white is good? So for a new building, so somebody is asking, for a new building, which type of white paint is good? So if you have a new building, you can paint. It depends on, one, your budget, two, on where you want to paint. Is it inside or outside? So if you are painting inside, satin paint, white satin is one of the best option you can go for. Or the next best option is white matte. Those are the next best option, but these paints are not cheap. You can also use Weathermax paint for the inside. So if you also want to paint the outside, the best option for you is matte paint, white matte and white Weathermax. So these paints are not cheap. They are not cheap, but if you need a more affordable option, you can paint your place with both inside and outside with white emulsion. White emulsion will work. You can also use it to paint your POP, the inside, the outside, and even the fence. So you can use white emulsion. But if you want something that's strong, go for matte for the outside or Weathermax for the outside, and you use satin for the inside, white. So you really enjoy it. So okay, so how much are they? So satin is 72,000 naira, matte is 68,000 naira, Weathermax is 70,000 naira, and emulsion is 19,000 naira. If you want the price breakdown, send me a DM on WhatsApp, 0904357586. That's the number on the screen, 0904357586. Thank you to Satimeyin. Thank you very much. He says, I'm a painter. Okay, welcome, Mr. Timain. Guys, we are not tapping on the screen enough. Let's tap on the screen. Let's tap on the screen. So let's answer the next question that somebody is asking on WhatsApp. Paint for POP. So let's answer the next question. Okay, this person is asking, what's the difference between primer and screeding? You see, primer is to make your wall, is to protect your wall. Now, if you have a fresh wall, this is what they use primer for versus what they use screeding for. Now, if you have a wall, they've not painted it before, primer will help you seal off all the porous place on that particular wall. And you know, there are some places they paint that has, like, you see one color here, another color here, even though it's the same paint they use, but it's because the paint is showing different reaction. The work of a primer is to block off all the surfaces so that anything you paint on it will not start showing different color in different places. One place will be dark, one place will be light. No, primer will help you block off all the porosity and everything, every reaction that's happening, and it protect your paints from any reaction that is happening on the wall. Now, the work of screeding is to smoothen your wall. Primer is to block the surface and make the everything on a single surface and save you paint. Why screeding will block all the holes, like all the contours. You know, when they are plastering house, there will be some places that will be high, some will be low, some will have different patterns. Some walls will cut off, they will not really plaster it very well. So screeding is to smoothen everything. Screeding is like a putty, it's like cement and sand as well, but it's not cement and sand. But it will help you smoothen that surface to make it plain. No, primer is just liquid. But screeding is not liquid, it is thick, it is very thick. So it's just like you are now replastering the place but with another material that will make the place look smooth. But primer is just liquid to protect your paint, just like a layer to protect your paint from all the things they have put. Maybe it's screeding, you've done plastering, now you want something like a thin layer that will serve as a defender between that paint, between that cement that they use to plaster your wall and your paint. So that is where primer come in. But screeding is, you need something to smoothen the surface to make the place look smart, flat. So that is what screeding is for. So those are the two differences between primer and screeding. So guys, let's double tap on the screen. Do you have a branch in Abeokuta? Not yet. We don't have a branch in Abeokuta yet. You live in Benin City? No, I don't. I did not live in Benin City. Guys, let's double tap on the screen. Let's double tap on the screen. Let's double tap on the screen. Let's share this live now. Abba, let's share this live. Let's share this live. Thank you to Mr. Damon. I think Raymond D. Raymond. Thank you very much for that. I think, okay, I've answered this question. If you have any question, leave it in the chat. If you want to buy paints, 090435755896 on WhatsApp. I'll be there to personally respond to you. Thank you very much, Bismarck, for joining. Thank you to everybody who has been double tapping on the screen. Thank you to Montana. Satin is how much? So our Satin is 72,000 naira, 7 and 2, 72,000 naira. 72,000 naira. That's our Satin. So somebody is asking, what about those that can damp? So somebody is asking, what about those that have damp in their room and they don't want to buy the old Costa 2K? So if you don't want to buy the whole of the chemical, I don't have a solution for you. So you just buy one and then maybe you keep the rest for later. So make sure, but when you are keeping it, make sure it's not exposed to water. It's just like cement. So if you put water on cement, it will become solid. And don't put it on the ordinary floor. So just find a platform to put it and cover it very well. So you might have a friend that wants to use it, or you have a relative that wants to use it at the end of the day. But we don't sell half of it. We sell one quantity. So how much is matte? So matte is 68,000 naira. 68,000 naira. Thank you to D Raymond for liking the live. Matte is 68,000. This is matte here. It's 68,000. So somebody is asking, does Costa 2K work for